his owner began in 1993, a relationship that astounds even the most skeptical. Meet Sarah Walker and her cat, Ebony.
I like the look of him. Just wanted to hug him and, like, my baby. You know, it's just like, where you been all my life?
Sarah and Ebony live in perfect harmony, and all is well until Sarah falls ill.
Yeah, I first realised that something was up when I used to fall asleep all the time. I had blood tests and stuff, and they eventually found out that I had an underactive thyroid gland.
Thyroid problems can cause extreme fatigue and sometimes loss of hair. During her treatment, Sarah notices Ebony showing similar symptoms to hers.
He started to get quite, I don't know, a little bit slow, not quite himself. And he started losing fur and stuff like that. And then I realised that something was up with him.
Sarah takes Ebony to the vet. A blood test reveals that Ebony has also developed a hormonal imbalance. It's a strange coincidence, but it's after a traffic accident that Sarah is sure something weird is going on.
When I had the motorbike accident, I mainly landed on my right leg and tore all the ligaments and tendons away from the bone.
Although it isn't broken, Sarah's right leg ends up in a cast. But while she is recovering, Ebony too suffers a similar fate. No one witnesses an accident, but Ebony exhibits symptoms similar to being hit by a car. Meet Ebony's veterinarian, Dr. James Hill.
The damage to Ebony's leg was mainly to the hindquarters, to the muscles, tendons, and ligaments. The bones on the x-rays were intact.
Ebony and Sarah damaged ligaments but didn't break any bones. Sarah's leg heals, but Ebony loses the use of his leg, and it's determined that it has to be amputated. Two shocking coincidences. Could it be true? Can a caring cat become a copycat? Meet animal communicator Joanne Hall.
When you have an animal that's got a very, very strong bond, especially a domesticated animal, what normally happens, they feel it's their duty to take on whatever the owner has. So they almost mirror their symptoms, but sometimes in rare cases, they'll actually develop a full-blown illness or disease that the humans have. You could have so many cats or dogs in the house, but only one will take the illnesses off the person because they're the most bonded to the people.
Ebony suffers a hormonal problem similar but worse than Sarah's. They both suffer traffic accidents, but Ebony faces a more devastating outcome. But this is not the end to the uncanny similarities between feline and human.
I started getting toothache. It was just getting too bad to tolerate. Went to the dentist and found out that they were growing at the wrong angle in my mouth.
So Sarah has her wisdom teeth removed. And then it's the cat's turn.
About a couple of months after I had my teeth done, I noticed that Ebony's breath was getting a bit worse for wear. And when he yawned, you could see that his gums were getting very inflamed.
Ebony has gum disease, and over the course of a year, the vet removes all but 4 of his teeth.
Unfortunately, his mouth remained a problem, and he had to come back a year later and have even more dental work done, involving more extractions and more cleaning up and more antibiotics. And generally, he was fairly unhappy at that stage about his mouth.
Ebony recovers, but the situation gets worse. Sarah is now confronted by an eye problem, cataracts.
I was born with a cataract, so I've always had eye problems. They did say later in life I'd need a cataract operation.
Sarah is scheduled for the operation, but the question is, would Ebony develop a similar medical problem?
He developed a small ulcer, which is damage to the cornea itself, and despite treatment, that ulcer refused to heal.
Ebony's eye cannot be saved. Since her operation, Sarah is enjoying good health, and even though Ebony has been rapidly using up his 9 lives, he's been stable as well. Can this story of the copycat be true? Can an animal and a human create an extraordinary bond this deep? True or false?